Hello, everyone. This is Cameron Maynard, and I am back with another video podcast response for JMC 602. In the Dark History podcast episode called The Birth of Clickbait and Fake News Yellow Journalism, I thought it was very interesting to get to learn about Joseph Pulitzer early on in the episode. It's mentioned that Pulitzer filled stories with not just facts and figures, but feelings as well, while actually painting the picture of a story. I found this helpful because it tells me that in my writing, I shouldn't just aim to simply report to the reader what happened at a certain event I covered. I need to get creative. I want whoever reads my stories to read them and actually feel something while they're reading it, whether that's happiness or warmth or relief or whatever the case may be. I want them to feel enlightened on a deep level and feel like they learned something and gained more knowledge of something after reading it. That is one strategy from Pulitzer that I can utilize in my newspaper writing to the best of my ability. If I do that, I know I have a chance of being considered a great writer later on in life. Writing with creativity and print stories for newspapers is one thing, but if I implement that strategy into how I do things as a journalist on social media platforms such as Facebook and X, then more people will notice my skills, and then I will have a much better chance to be praised for my work by a much larger audience. Another thing I found helpful from this podcast episode was when it mentioned that the New York World became known for journalism that was hard hitting and honest and valued personal storytelling. And, I found this helpful because as journalists, we want our work to resonate with people as much as possible. We want to tell people the facts and nothing but the facts. And, we want to do that even if they may not like it. We want to tell the stories of events we cover and different people and aim to put a positive spotlight on them, but do it in a way where we don't turn a blind eye and a deaf ear to being honest. If media members strive to do that, then I think all of them will excel in this business. Um, they can't go wrong in going about their job that way. The Schoolhouse Grammar Rock video called Verb, That's What's Happening, was a rehashing of something I already knew. I was already well aware of what a verb was and the different aspects of verbs, but since I'm someone who believes you can never have enough knowledge or improve enough on something, I found this video helpful. One way I found it helpful was that I watched the video and I realized that, even more so than predicates, conjunctions, adverbs, nouns, and whatnot, using verbs in your writing can be offensive to people if you use them the wrong way. I just viewed it as a reminder that we need to always use verbs the right way in our writing so that no one will get angry at us. In sports writing, for example, I know of one time a journalist said in a story that a softball pitcher got chased off the mound or out of the circle before a relief pitcher replaced them. And while the journalist didn't mean the word chased in a bad way by any means, and the journalist was simply describing that the pitcher exited the game, a sensitive parent said the writer would have got an earful if it was her daughter that the journalist was writing about. So, we got to be cognizant of that as media members and just, using words the right way in our writing. Another way I found this video helpful is that the act of, as the video mentions, turning a noun into a verb, I think that gets lost on us a lot as journalists. And as long as we do that the right way, we need to incorporate more of that into our writing. And I believe I've said this, multiple times in this class. Um, we as journalists need to value the quality of the writing that we put on display for others to see. And the Weird Al Yankovic video about word crimes reinforced that, in my opinion. It was helpful to me when the video mentioned words such as conjugate, nomenclature, contraction, participle, preposition, and syntax. I've not really given any thought to those words before. I mean, maybe on a few occasions, but not much at all, if I'm being completely honest. But, maybe I need to give thought to those words after watching this video so my writing can improve. I also found the video helpful because now it makes me cognizant of the importance of proofreading what you've written. I find that important to do at my job that I work for as a reporter for a newspaper. And my sports director at the company I work for, he stressed the importance of proofreading my work as well. And just to make sure that everything sounds right and sounds good. And I think we need to do that and value that as media members. This video about Weird Al Yankovic word crimes, it was perhaps the best I've ever seen in terms of motivating a writer to want to write the correct way and be flawless in doing so.